wife of a United Nations diplomat. She lives in London now, but has thousands of followers around the world who hail her as India's greatest living saint. She teaches a state of self-realization and happiness and says that with a spiritual force she can cure the incurable. She's speaking at public meetings in Bedford tonight and Northampton tomorrow, and today she gave her first television interview in England. Our reporter is Rebecca Atherstone.
Her Holiness, Mataji Nirmala Devi, is known around the world for her healing powers. Her followers look upon her as divine. Mother, as she is referred to, preaches a gospel of peace and has discovered a spiritual force called Kundalini, which is shown on this chart. She can release it in seekers, as she calls them, to give them complete awareness. She admits that many Westerners are skeptical of her powers, but she scorns the idea of charging money for her gift. Her claims of success in curing and healing are remarkable. Alcoholics have been known to give up drink, drug takers have been cured, but perhaps most extraordinary of all, she claims to have cured many cancer victims.
How many people have you managed to cure who've had cancer?
Thousands, I don't know.
Thousands? What do doctors think of what you say?
You see, the trouble is, I myself have done medicine, and the doctors are the people who are working with the shoot side of life, you see, not the roots of it. So the trouble with them is that anybody starts talking that it can be cured by a higher method than human awareness, then they don't want to jump into that awareness, which is a higher awareness that one has to achieve, because human awareness is still transitive. You have to achieve that awareness, which is the divine awareness. When you have that awareness, then only you can cure it.
How would you describe yourself, as a healer or a spiritualist?
You see, I do not want to fall into any category myself, because I'm a housewife, and I have to do all the jobs of a housewife. I'm also a diplomat's wife, so I have to act as a diplomat's wife. I'm also a person who has to do this work of Sahaja Yoga, so I don't know how to describe myself.
Can I ask you if you can reach me?
Yes, sir. One can reach masses. Now, you have to first see, in your case now, what is the problem. First is that there's an imbalance, a little imbalance, because you have to work outside too much. I think you have to go out too much and don't have much time for your emotional life. So it's more that you are more mental and physical, but less of emotions in you. So there has to be a balance. So first I give you a balance like this, all right? I have to put you into balance now. Now this is, you're working with your mind too much, so you're overworking it, so your liver is out. And the liver is also excited. So to put it right, what we have to do is to just put you...
What are you doing?
Just I'm removing the liver pressure. The liver is expressed in this part and this part of the hand. So your liver pressure is reduced. It's very simple.
Now, is anyone watching this going to feel any effect from you?
From me?
Yes.
No effect.
No.
No, nothing. Because it is just, you see, it's like construction of the destruction. You just take out the destruction out of the construction. That's all. It's very simple. Now, what I'm doing now, you have to now just say within yourself, or loudly if you want to, say that, Mother, I forgive everyone. Just say that.
Mother, I forgive everyone.
Yes, you have to say twice. Now, let's see. Say it.
Mother, I forgive everyone.
Again.
Mother, I forgive everyone.
Again.
Mother, I forgive everyone.
Okay. Okay. Why let it be? It's very sensitive. It's very subtle.
Well, I can feel the nearness of it.
Yes. Start it. See? Just what I'm making a cross on your hand. You see, that's Christ. You say you have to forgive. Now, see, it's working.
And what will it do for me in the long run?
In the long run, that it is your own power now will manifest. You have this power within yourself. Now, with this, you will feel very peaceful. You will control your thoughts. You don't have to think all the time. You can rest without thinking. If you want, you can think, otherwise you need not think. Then your own power should be manifested, by which you can give this power to others. There's so many things you can do.
Rebecca Atherstone. Around you. Her name is Mataji Nirmala Devi. She trained as a doctor in India, and she's now married to a senior diplomat at the United Nations. She lives in London, but this week she's holding a series of public meetings to publicise her teachings. She believes that we all have a form of spiritual energy called Kundalini at the base of our spines, which can be awakened and sent flowing through the body. So I took my shoes off and went to meet her in Northampton this morning.
You are a person who is more active, outside, think too much, work too much.
Think too much? Nobody's ever said that to me before. Right.
And you work too much physically, run about, and you're more working outside. And left side is the emotional side, so left spine for emotional life. Right? That's what is the imbalance in you is. Now, for this, we have to first give you a balance. Right? So what I do is to awaken your frozen side and bring it down so the groove comes over here to satisfy this side. So it is to be awakened. You see, the emotional side is awakened, and this side is given a sort of a soothing effect with the alternation from here. So this is how it moves, right? This is the energy.
But is this energy or this desire any more than the desire that everyone has to make the best of themselves, to be happy, to be content?
You cannot be contented with material things. You cannot be. That's the basic principle of economics.
So can I put a contradiction to you that in the past, all the gurus that have achieved fame in the West have all seemed to be surrounded by a great deal of very affluent trappings, a great deal of wealth and money. That seems a great contradiction in what they're talking about.
I'm happy you see that, but how many see that? It's something one should understand that it is not a business. You cannot make money out of it.
But they seem to be making a very successful business
Because
out of
you're
it.
so nice. In this country, people do not use their brains. You must come to right conclusion that if something has to happen to you, it will be in your awareness. You have to manifest your powers, and then you will realize that you cannot pay money for your evolution.
Now, we've got perhaps 3 million people watching us at the moment. Should they be able to feel anything or to gain anything from watching you just on the television?
Yes, some of them may. If they are just there, if they put their hands towards you just now, even like this, they might feel the cool breeze in their hands, and they might feel on their heads coming out the cool breeze. I mean, it has happened in so many places.